What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Flash video. So if you're new to the channel, please do drop a like and a subscribe down below with notifications on to never ever miss a video. If you're joining us for the first time, well, we pretty much cover everything Arrowverse and also pretty much everything comic book based. Now, of course, the Flash is back, and well, I'm recording this on my birthday. That's how much I'm excited for this episode, and I probably won't be able to do a Black Lightning video today whatsoever, or even watch the episode, so I will be doing my video tomorrow for Black Lightning. But the Flash here continues on from the bombshell mid-season finale, which was where the body of Clifford DeVoe was dumped at Barry Allen's apartment, which, you know what, I was really surprised that they decided to do the trial of the Flash so early, and I was expecting a bit of a longer trial of the Flash and things like that, because in the comic books it lasted for a very long time. It was at least 20 issues that the trial of the Flash lasted for, and in the comics what happened was Barry had a new love after Iris West was actually killed. This then led to him getting married and things like that. He was ready to kind of move on after Iris West, but what happened was his new love was killed by, or attempted to be killed by, Eobard Thawne. And well, Barry was not having this again. Barry then went and killed Eobard Thawne. He snapped his neck, and that was that. Now, of course, the Flash was sent to prison. He was defended by Cecile, and also he was actually kind of prosecuted by the same guy. The prosecutor was an absolute douchebag. He was someone who was out for really kind of gain his career and things like that, and he was really specifically harsh on the Flash here. So that's what happened. And then we also, of course, had the culmination of the trial, which was, well, Barry, aka the Flash, went to the future where Iris West was taken to the 30th century with her biological parents. They managed to recreate her, and he lived in peace until the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, the actual trial of the Flash in the TV show couldn't be more different, mainly because he didn't have the identity of the Flash, and it was Barry Allen on trial, not the Flash. So the looming threat of him actually kind of revealing his powers, revealing his identity, was something which really I didn't think would actually happen, and Iris was so adamant, so desperate to actually kind of save her husband that she wanted to reveal who he really was, which Barry made a great point, and he now has new powers. He's able to kind of he's going to able to get out of the group chat, set up his own group chat with someone else, which is really funny that he's able to do that, which I thought was a really cool power, that he is able to actually do that. So I thought that was pretty darn cool, to be honest, and that is some really cool new powers there. Now, the episode was really good. I really did like the juxtaposition between our kind of B story and our A story with the Flash, and really the main trial managed to go pretty quickly, to be honest, didn't it? It was an open shut case, which, yeah, the problem is with Flashpoint we had, I would say, you know, one episode for Flashpoint. Now we've had one episode for the trial of the Flash. Specifically, trial of the Flash lasted for ages, but Barry did mention that they have all the evidence in the world on him, so he is able to, he is just pretty much screwed. And Joe West decided to try and plant fibers on the mechanic, and yeah, she's able to get out of pretty much everything. They've even got a kind of a story for Brainstorm, so there's no chance that Barry could have ever got out of this whatsoever, and you do see that at the end with DeVoe when he mentions that. So the trial was short, but it made sense, and I can understand why they've done it, and now he is in Iron Heights prison. And yes, he can get out of prison and do whatever he wants, but if he's on the run, then his kind of family, his friends, will all be under the microscope, under speculation of what is actually going on. So I can see why he's actually going to prison. He wanted to kind of take the place and be in the Speed Force prison at the end of last season, so he is willing to take that risk and be that sort of, I would say, the scapegoat, the sacrificial lamb. So that's what he wants to do, which makes sense because he is incredibly virtuous. So that is that. So we also get, which I wasn't kind of expecting, but this was the inclusion of a brand new meta, and that meta is Neil Boorman. Neil Boorman is actually Fallout, which obviously what we got in the comics, in the TV show here, was Fallout. We had Neil Boorman. He's got pretty much the same powers as everyone else in the comics, so his comic book counterpart has quite similar powers. However, he seemingly possibly is a bus meta, I think maybe, but what he's got here is he has the nuclear powers and the ability to kind of blow up. So what happens is, in the comics, Neil Boorman is taken to Iron Heights, and there he is used to actually power the prison, and he's taken and kind of abused by Gregory Wolf, who was the person we saw at the end of this episode. So we actually have him here, and it's pretty cool that we've got this huge meta. I was expecting it to be Goldberg. Goldberg is coming to the show in the WWE Wrestler, so it's a bit weird that we haven't seen him yet, but I'm expecting him to be taken or put in some sort of containment facility quite similar to what he has in the comics, where he's put in a tube and his powers are kind of siphoned. I guess they're going to be dampened here by that in some way, shape or form. So that's really, really cool there. I really do like that. And the fact that he wasn't actually taken to another Earth is pretty cool. I expected them to just fling him off somewhere else and watch him explode, but no, he was actually saved, which leads him up and sets him up, like I said, for the future. Now, it's weird that we actually see Earth 15, which we did have HR say that it is a kind of a dead Earth. So the thing is, that was actually involved with Flashpoint and Infinite Crisis. So what is interesting, Superman Prime actually destroyed this Earth. So this Earth was actually destroyed by Superboy. Well, it's Superboy Prime. It's kind of weird. I'd look up Superboy Prime. It is really kind of insane, but it is involved with Infinite Crisis, so it does fit in. The Earth is technically dead because it's been destroyed. So really, really cool stuff there. We've got DeVoe, who still hasn't revealed his plan yet, so we're open to see where his plan goes. But I really did like this episode. It was really a really tough episode, and hopefully they don't lose the lightheartedness of the first half of the season. But it's hard to when your main character is actually in prison. Yeah. Now, lastly, we did, of course, have good old Iris mention the fact that Barry said that he didn't kill anyone, and this was in the first episode when he was speaking in absolute nonsense. So this was once he came out of the Speed Force, what I presume is either predicting the future, or the Speed Force is kind of scrambled his brain. He's kind of messed up with timelines and things like that, which would be ironic considering the fact that he can predict the future, but all this was done because he went back in the past. Now, what I thought was really, really cool is the fact that, well, Barry actually ended up in Henry Allen's cell, which I'm not surprised. The minute this trial of the Flash happened and he was found guilty, I was like, you know what, he's definitely going to be in his father's cell. There's no way the story writers are not going to put him in there. It makes absolute sense that he is in there. But we have in the future an episode which involves Barry speaking to someone who knows about his father's past. So not sure what that means, but lots of foreshadowing here, to be honest, leading up to this. And the fact that they have mentioned the whole Speed Force nonsense that he was speaking, well, this definitely means the writers want us to remember this. So expect this house is bitching to come up again and again, and expect the fact that it's Bartholomew Allen as well to be mentioned, and possibly we'll see Bart Allen. So that is it for this video. Please drop a like, please do subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.